Hey, what's up, guys? So, I got some more pickups for you, and this one's a doozy. I got some really awesome stuff, and one particular game that I'm really excited about. I never thought I'd have this game in my collection, and I got a little story for you on that one, too. I picked up all these games yesterday or Saturday if I don't get this video out on time. But yeah, that was a really good day. It was a really good pickups day. One of my best pickups in pickup days in a long time. So let's just get right into it. I was at a local pawn shop and they had a deal. This like rack of junky games, and it was any game that's $5 or less is $1 if you buy five or more. So I'm looking through it, and most of it's just these crappy sports games. You know, those ones that NHL 2002 and Madden '02 and all that. But I did manage to just pick up 5 games from that. First game I picked up was Super Bus to Move on the PS2. It is complete. It's got the book, it's got the manual, or it's got the book, it's got the disc. It's in good shape. That they wanted $2 for that one originally. That's the only really cheap one. The rest were all originally $5, so I got them all for $1, but they were trying to sell for 5, so good deal. Next up was State of Emergency 2 on the PS2. I had the first one back in the day, and I was really disappointed in that. I paid like full price for it, but for what it was entertaining for a little bit, but not for like $60. It's complete. So hopefully I'll like this one better now that I only paid $1 for it and not $60 like I paid for the original one. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. This is the one of the ones that I originally wanted. I wanted this and the next two. So the other two are kind of like bonuses. It is complete. It's in good shape. The original case was disgusting, so I had to switch it out with one of my spares. Next up is Total Overdose. Total Overdose, A Gunslinger's Tale in Mexico. This one, excuse me. This one looked kind of cool, so I figured I'd pick it up. It's complete. It's got the manual, it's got the disc, and it's got the Tomb Raider Legends First Look disc that nobody cares about. And the last game that I got in that bundle was Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. What's wrong with my voice today? It is complete. It's got the book, it's got the game. However, the manual is a little creased right here. Not creased, but like damaged here because they had it put too closely to this plastic thing in the middle and they didn't close it properly, so that kind of sucks, but it's okay. For $1, So all those games I got for $1 a piece, which was really cool. And now for the good stuff. So here's the story. I'm looking on Kijiji. For you people who don't know what Kijiji is, it's just Craigslist in Canada. I'm just browsing Kijiji, and it's around 10:30 at night on a Friday, looking at the games, and I see an ad that was posted 30 minutes ago, and it is very vague, very, very vague. It just says 7 Nintendo games, and the description says, call or text this number. So you don't know what games they are, but he did have a picture, and I knew from the picture what this one game was, and I was so excited when I saw that one game. I wanted that game, and he wanted $30 for all 7, and I was just so excited. I figured I would text him right away, because I always miss out on deals on Kijiji. I've even missed out on deals on Kijiji when I've replied to it 10 minutes after it was posted. Somebody up here in Barrie just sits on their ass on the computer all day, does nothing, probably drinks back some Mountain Dew and inhales all his Doritos and just nothing but browse Kijiji for video games because I can never get a deal. No matter when I respond to it, I'm always late. Pisses me off. But anyways, I figured I'd have the advantage because it's 10:30 and there's nothing in the description, just a picture. So I'm texting back and forth with the guy. I said, if I can pick him up on Sunday. He says, yeah, sure, if they're still available. I'm like, they're not going to be available, so I need to get this deal done tomorrow or the next day. And I text him, okay, well, what if you meet my girlfriend and you deliver it to an area close to us? I'll pay for the gas. I offer $10, which in theory was a little bit too much to offer, but for 7 games, especially the one game, I was willing to pay for that, because it'd be $40 with 7 games, and one game I wanted is amazing. But he said, okay, sure. So we're talking, we have the time, we have the price, we have the location, we have everything set. And right at the last second, he conveniently loses the game. The rare game that I wanted, conveniently loses it, right? So I say, well, I kind of want that game. If you can't find it, then I can't do the deal. 5 minutes later, he finds it in the garage miraculously, right? Like he ever lost it. And then he says that it turns out that's a very rare game and it's very expensive and he wants to sell it separately. So I'm like, he figured it out. What the hell, man? I can never catch a break on Kijiji. So I'm like, okay, how much do you want for it? He says 30. I'm like, okay, fine, $30. But then I forgot that I still have to pay the $10. Now it's at $40. So now I go from 7 games for $40 to 1 game for $40. So I text him back and I say, because he has some other games, so I say, okay, can you throw in these 2 games for $10? And he's like, sure. So I figured I'd sell, well, actually, first of all, the 2 games I asked him to throw in, one of the ones I'm going to keep for myself because I don't have it, and that's Burger Time for the NES. It's really good shape. These games were absolutely filthy when I got them, so I cleaned them up and everything. Burger Time's got a little nick on the label up there, but it's okay. I'll glue it down a little bit and it'll be fine. I'm going to keep that one for myself. This next one I'm going to sell because it's kind of an uncommon game and it's worth like 20, between 20 and like $25 online. So I figured I'd try to sell it for like $20 and recoup some of my money. And that's Nightmare on Elm Street for the NES. And the game that I wanted, the gem of the lot, the game that I never thought I'd ever have in my collection and I'm super excited to have is King Neptune's Adventure on the NES. I'll just hold it here for a minute, let you guys soak that in. Okay, enough of that. So, this game was filthy when I got it. It was covered in gunk and grime and everything. But I cleaned it up nicely and it's really good shape. The label is like flawless. So super, super, super excited to have this in my collection. So all this was like $50, which at the time I was really disappointed with. I wasn't happy with the $50. But then after I was sitting, thinking about it the whole day, I got excited about it because in the end it's still King Neptune's Adventure and it sells for like $75 to $100 by itself. I'm going to sell Nightmare on Elm Street to make back 20 of the 50, which would make Burger Time $5 and King Neptune's Adventure would be $25. So for $25, I'll do that all day. I'm really excited to have this game in my collection. Really, really excited. So that's everything I picked up this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed because I know I sure as hell did. Leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.